Everybody has heard about how stories are important in sales, and 100%. You need to be able to tell a concise story. And there's a lot of people that have different methods of how to do this, but I think people overthink this. People think of stories and they think of, oh, you got to have this character, that character, and you've got to build it up. And in reality, in most sales situations, what you need to focus on is micro stories, stories that in some cases can be as short as 20 or 30 seconds long. But you need to have the ability to tell these effectively and communicate these, and if necessary, expand them out, be able to zoom in and zoom out depending upon the situation. And one example I give in the book, a quick story here, is a gentleman in Germany that I dealt with, and a really bright guy, and he reaches out to me, and he has already created plans for a simulator. He'd already done some of the engineering, and he wanted my company to build this simulator for him. Now, we don't do that. We have our own simulator. We don't build a custom simulator for somebody like he wanted. That said, I decided to price it out for him anyway. And I go to his office a few weeks later in Germany, and I said, Thomas was his real name. I said, Thomas, here is the price for the simulator exactly as you want in your plans. And it is $3 million. And he, oh my gosh, Brad, that's way too much. And I said, good news, Thomas, I've got another simulator. It's the one we usually build, and it's only $700,000. And it does 90% of what you want to do. And so we started a new dialogue. We framed that differently. And of course, a few months later, we sell them a simulator. Okay, so that story there, I told that in about 1 minute. Now, I could have gone in, that's a micro story. It didn't take that long. You had a couple characters, you had Thomas and myself and a little story, right? Now, I could expand that out. I could take 10 minutes and tell you an in-depth, detailed version of that story. I could probably even shorten it up to about 30 seconds and just tell you the basic points. There's this guy named Thomas. He's from Germany. He had detailed plans. And guess what? We found out a solution for him. It was a lot less expensive than he wanted. I mean, there it is. There's a 10-second story. A big key in sales presentations is being able to shorten or lengthen your stories and be able to effectively communicate them. And so I call these micro stories.